Tell us more on the story. We're now joined by our UK correspondent, John Bevir in London. John, thank you so much for your time this evening. I mean, one would say this breaking news, many did not expect it. How has the news of Kate Middleton's health been received in London?
Well, as you would imagine, across the UK, there was shock at this announcement. It was announced just over an hour ago, and there was a very strict embargo on that. It was this video message that we've just seen there that was played out live on numerous television channels here in the UK at 6 o'clock local time. So shock in terms of what she was saying, but there had been growing speculation over the last few weeks as to her health after this major abdominal surgery that she had in January, as we heard her talking about there. So there had been rumours growing, various online speculation. So this statement addressed all of those concerns, all of those rumours, and set the record straight. And of course, when it comes to privacy, it's a very balance, isn't it? Because we need to remember, of course, this is a 42-year-old woman who is the mother of 3 relatively young children. She is a wife. Of course, her husband is Prince William, the Prince of Wales, who is heir to the throne. So although she is a very public figure, a very popular member of the royal family here in the UK, this is, of course, something that needs to be dealt with privately. As she said, she is now appealing for privacy from the UK and the wider press as well, so that she can, in her words, make a full recovery.
What impact will this have on the royal family, especially at a time when King Charles has been battling or has been treating cancer?
Yeah, and we've actually just heard from the King as well, who's offered his support to his beloved daughter-in-law, as he calls her. So yes, the King is undergoing, he himself was in hospital having a prostate treatment, and then he himself is now undergoing treatment for an undisclosed form of cancer as well. Of course, the King's somewhat older, so maybe not as unusual in terms of what he's going through, but in terms of the princess, she is an incredibly popular member of the royal family here and also around the world. She is always seen as a forward-looking member of the royal family, keen to modernise, keen to embrace the world that we live in rather than being too traditional about things. So the royal family, of course, will be wishing her well, as we've heard. We've also seen various messages of support coming in from around the world. A White House spokesman, for example, saying that they were very sad to hear of the diagnoses, and of course all of the major political parties here have been quick to add their get well soon messages as well. So all of this coming in for the princess as we hear more about the chemotherapy that she's been undergoing.
And for quite some time now, John, we've seen the speculation doing the rounds following that photograph from the royal family. I'm sure this somehow puts, the residents of the UK at ease.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair for those who are very invested in the royal family, of which there are, of course, still plenty of people who consider the royal family to be very important to life here in the UK. Then, of course, they want to know what's going on with the royal family. And, of course, as you say, we've been having these weeks of speculation, these rumours, all kinds of ludicrous conspiracy theories as well, in terms of body doubles and everything like that. Of course, those issues now being addressed. Of course, though, we need to remember as well, there are plenty of people in the UK who don't think the royal family are particularly relevant. They don't think the royal family maybe has a place in a modern United Kingdom. But of course, I think at times like this, none of those arguments are being talked about. I think a lot of people just remembering this is a woman in her early 40s who, as I say, is a mother of 3, who is undergoing cancer treatment. And as we saw from the end of her video message as well, she's using this opportunity to really get behind other people who've maybe been diagnosed with cancer, and to say that they're not alone and that they're not alone in tackling this. So I think very much that's what the palace, that's what the wider royal family will be focusing on, trying to bring understanding of cancer and cancer treatment here in the UK because of this diagnosis.
And have we seen any other comments or reaction from other members of the royal family in regards to the message we've seen this evening?
Well, as I mentioned, we had the King is the most recent statement that's come out, him talking about his beloved daughter-in-law, praising her for her courage when it came to making this announcement. And I think what we've heard from elsewhere around the world, especially the Commonwealth as well, and allies of the United Kingdom, they have been quick to send their messages forward as well. So I think that's what we've been hearing from elsewhere. I think what's going to be interesting going forward is this line about privacy from the princess, as to what level of privacy she's given. You would imagine she will be trying to keep out of the spotlight as much as possible, and you would imagine that some of the newspapers here will be trying to get pictures of her, but at the same time needing to realise that this is a woman who's undergoing cancer treatment and has asked for privacy because she has 3 children ranging in age from 10 down to 5. So that going through this kind of treatment is not something you particularly want to do in the public eye.
John, thank you so much for your time this evening and for some of the clarity on that breaking news coming out this evening. Of course, that is our UK correspondent there, just giving us an update following that statement and that video that was released by the royal family.